Looks like it's 2 o'clock, so I want to welcome everybody to the Sonic Promos webinar. Before we dive in, I want to remind you that you can find more information about us at sonicpromos.com. Feel free to visit our website after the webinar to explore our full range of services and products. Just a reminder, you will be asked to use your phone during our session. So if you're not multitasking already, please be prepared to do so. And now, without further ado, I want to welcome your speaker today. That is me. Hey, everybody. Seth here from Sonic. I want to welcome you to today's sustainability session. I'm wearing a new green shirt here for the, for being green. I've also got my exclusive gardening hat on. So we've got 3 topics that we want to talk about today. So we're going to jump right in and get started. So just a reminder, the Sonic Promos Hat Trick is divided into 3 parts. We'll be covering some ideas to help you elevate your promotional strategy with sustainability in mind. We'll be talking about staying on top of what's trending in sustainable products. We'll be talking about putting an effective sustainable practice into action, and then we'll provide you with some tips and tricks to make the most of your eco-friendly efforts. First thing we're going to do is we're going to kick off with what's trending now in the world of sustainable promotional products. We're going to be focusing on 3 key areas. Our first area is the term reusable. When we talk about reusable, it doesn't always mean that it's made of reusable items. It can mean that it's something that can be reused. So certainly when you're looking at items that you're going to be giving out, you want to try to find items that can have multiple purpose. So if you're thinking about giving out bags, instead of doing paper or plastic, maybe you're looking for something that has some more longevity. Also want to looking for something that has high quality. Anytime that you're giving out something that's a higher perceived value, there's less of a chance that it's going to end up in the landfill or the brand fill, as we like to talk about. You also want to try to avoid items that can be too confusing or to use or niche. This is why a lot of times we try to stay away from just the most trendy items. So often those come in and go out really quickly. And then a big one to try to encourage reusability is to avoid event-specific branding. This can be as simple as just not putting a date on something, or trying to come up with an item that you know that you're going to use for multiple purposes. So again, it has a little bit more longevity. Another buzzword that we talk about is recycled and recyclable. So we have the ability now where a lot of the items that you get can actually be replaced with items that are made out of recycled materials. When you're not doing a single-use item, you can opt for material that can be recycled or composted. And some of the most popular products that we do are we've been using bamboo, recycled plastics, ocean plastics, corn and wheat, stone paper, hemp, and aluminum. And if these are products and materials that you're interested in investigating for your company, then ask your brand manager and they can certainly show you what those can look like. All right, and then one big one, and we are really excited about this, is the ability to actually transform old items into new items, right? And so how do we actually pull things out that might have been thrown away into something that can be reused for future? And so we highlighted actually 2 specific items that we really like. The first one is through one of our partners, which is a company called Numo. And what they'll do is they actually will take old banners and they will turn them into promotional items. So you can see an example of a laptop sleeve right there. So if that's something that's you're interested in, and ways that you can even take some of your old display materials and put that forward into items, that's something that we can work on with you. The other brand that we're really excited about is Refresh Glass, and you can see that in the bottom corner there. What Refresh Glass is, we actually are taking wine bottles and beer bottles out of the landfill. We're cleaning them, we are cutting them, and then we're actually turning them into really neat drinkware pieces. Super unique, They're laser engraved. You can do one-piece minimums. You can personalize on them. They come in all sorts of renewable packaging, and they're a really great item for a recognition piece or any sort of sustainable program that you might be looking to do. So if you're interested in finding out more about the Refresh Glass, certainly talk to your account manager about that. Okay, we are at our intermission. Hey, everybody. If you're interested, again, in more sustainable products, you can find a lot of them on our website. So make sure that you check those out. That's sonicpromos.com. And then also the Signature Sonic line is signaturesonic.com. You'll also be able to see all of, a lot of our product options. A reminder that we are going to have a Q&A session in our second or towards the end here. So if you've got some questions, please make sure that you jot them down. We did get some questions before the session, and we are definitely going to answer those. So if there's any more, just hold on to them and we'll keep on going. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is talk about what does sustainable mean. It is such a buzzword. It really does mean many things to many different people. It means many things to different companies. And so in order for you to be successful with whatever your initiatives are, and for us to be successful in helping you to see those through, it's important to identify what sustainability really means to you and your brand when you are looking for those solutions. So we want to go over, what that might mean to you. So when we're talking about sustainability, are you talking about something that's made out of recycled materials? Are you looking for lanyards and bags that are made out of recycled plastics? Or are you looking for something that, can be recycled? That's something that's important for us to understand. Or it's, made of recycled newspaper or some other material. Those are things that would be important for us to understand. Do you mean something that's reusable, right? So a lot of times the most common is instead of plastic, we're being asked for, non-woven grocery totes or some sort of tote bag. Is that what you're looking for? Something that's going to have, a longer lead time. If you keep in mind that the average tote bag has like a 9-month lifespan on it, that's going to, be something that you might want to consider, especially if it only costs a couple of dollars. Are you looking for something that's carbon neutral or negative production? Now that is starting to become really popular with some of our vendor partners, that they can actually showcase the items and what the carbon neutrality is on the production itself. If that's something that you're interested in, ask us about it and we can show you what those items look like. More popular is carbon neutral or carbon negative shipping. We've got clients who have already begun to integrate these programs, and we've got vendor partners that have already begun to integrate these programs. And the good news is that most of us are already shipping with big shipping partners that are also integrating a lot of these initiatives. FedEx is one of our big shipping partners, and they are investing billions of dollars into all sorts of renewable energy, carbon neutral shipping models, and a lot of really great programs that you can look into and ask your rep if you want your shipping programs to somehow be impacted that way. Maybe you don't want plastic. Maybe you prefer something that's made in the USA because you don't want to be paying for items that are being shipped from overseas. Or maybe you're looking for items that have some sort of give back, and there's lots of them. Clean drinking, money for the forest. We even have a great program with a company called Denick Journals, and they build schools in third world countries. So if those are programs that you're interested in participating in, or items that you're interested in giving out to your clients or to your team that you can feel good about, talk to us and we can help you with that. And so where do you start? Well, the first thing is identify some of those sustainability priorities. Talk about some of the things that we just talked about. Also want to be thoughtful about your ordering process and events and how they impact your priorities. Not only are you spending lots of money on rush service if you're waiting to the last minute, but you're also spending considerable amounts of money on shipping and fuel by having to overnight your shipping or having to, do larger shipping scales than you needed to. If you could have sent something via a truck instead of having to air ship it, sometimes that's going to be more cost effective for you. So ordering in advance not only is going to save you with budget, but it certainly is going to save you in as far as like shipping and production options. Same thing with whether, what the items are. Again, we talked about single use. So it's important to make sure that whatever you're giving is something that's not just going to end up in the trash. Obviously, we want to give out chocolate bars sometimes, but maybe that wrapper has some sort of add-on that's going to take it from just being thrown away to the next step in what your marketing is. So be thoughtful about what it is that you're giving, even if it might be something that gets thrown away. And again, ask your team, ask us. We will work with you to identify products and solutions that really meet those priorities. In addition, we can help you to provide quality control and certification paperwork based on your priorities if needed. And we've got lots of clients that are consistently looking to find out, what is the chain of custody from where this item was made. Sometimes we talk about, oh, it's organic cotton, and that doesn't always mean that it's as sustainable as possible. It might have been shipped from overseas. So you're taking a little bit of a chunk out of the sustainability factor when you're not really looking at all of the elements that are part of it. And the truth here really is small steps can make a big impact. If you consider that just in the shipping alone, an expedited freight cost can be upwards of 30 or 50% more expensive than standard shipping, that in and of itself is going to save on carbon, and it's going to save your budget and give you the ability to actually use your money on things that you really need it for, which is branding your organization or your programs. Okay. All right, we're at an intermission, which is a perfect time for me to, again, remind everybody that we've got questions coming up. We are going to be giving away 3 drinkware sets, 3 water glass sets from Refresh Glass as part of our contest at the end of the session. So stay tuned for that. We're really excited. Okay. We're going to keep moving along here, and we're going to move into our next part here. All right. Now that we've covered exciting trends and sustainable products, we want to take time to actually talk a little bit about some of the companies that we work with and explain, a little bit more about what they do and some of the things that you might be looking for with regards to the items that are out there. There are many brands that we work with that already are making items that are eco-friendly and sustainable. Those are companies that have products that are maybe made with materials that are better for the planet. Some of the items we've talked about, maybe they're FSC forest certified. And so you can see these are all brands that hopefully you're familiar with. And for every regular item that they have, they've got tons of great options in items that are made out of bamboo or recycled materials. And they've got lots of great price points that we can showcase to you. The one important thing to keep in mind with regards to a lot of the name brands is that you're often limited with colors, right? Certain items just can't be dyed certain colors. So usually you're going to be looking at more neutrals, and you want to make sure that you're leaning a little bit more on your branding to help you to maximize the exposure on those items themselves. But we've got a couple examples here of some of the items that you might see, like the bento box. You can see the organic cotton tote. In the middle there is the Nimble charger, and we're really big fans of the Nimble brand. You've got recycled packaging within chargers. So there's a lot of technology items out there that if you're looking for, if whatever product category you're looking for, you can see here that there's really a lot of options that can hit whatever it is that you're looking for. It doesn't just need to be, a school tote bag, which I think a lot of times we're so used to. And if there's something that you've seen that, doesn't have renewable, element to it, ask your account manager and they can find you the item that's going to come pretty close to it. So these, again, are some of the brands that, are really popular with a lot of our clients. We offer a wide range of eco-friendly material. This, again, just a sampling of some of the options. You've probably heard a lot about B Corps. It's very buzzword. I mean, for B, right? Certified B Corps are corporations that meet high standards for social and environmental performance, transparency, and accountability. And these again are sort of digging in a little bit more into some of the brands that we work with. These are brands that are again really popular. We've had a lot of success with our clients with Tentree. And again, the great thing about these items is you don't have to order hundreds of them. A lot of these items carry very low minimums, so you have the ability to to be able to put a really good quality brand in your clients or your team members' hands, and then also again feel good about it. And that's going to be something that's going to keep it out of the landfill because people are really going to be excited about what it is that they're getting here. And then also, we're always asked, where's it coming from? We talked about chain of custody. And so not only can we go and search that, but we've got so many brands that are providing that information up front. So we can just go and access it. If you need to know what the information about the items that are out there, we can really dig in and provide that information to you. Sure, you're probably familiar with, Clean Canteen, and again, we mentioned the Nimble, and Tentree, and Chico. I can name them all, but I'm not going to. So again, you can see here a wide range of products. All of them are available with some sort of sustainability element that you can also feel good about. We're not just kind of greenwashing, if you will, a lot of these items, which is something we really want our clients to try to stay away from, to give something that you can feel good about. Okay. I think we've got a few more minutes here, so we're going to move here. We are into pop quiz time, and I was told to make sure that I spend enough time here so that you can get your phone out. And we've put up a pop quiz. We've got 5 questions for you. So if you use your phone, scan the QR code and answer the questions. Whoever the top 3 people are that answer hopefully all the questions correctly in the fastest amount of time will win a refresh glass drinking set with your corporate logo on it. And we'll reach out to you with a mock-up of what that would look like. And you can see how that will be. So we'll keep this up for a little bit, and then we will start answering some questions. So, all right, let me turn my face off here. Okay, love the glasses. Can we send our own bottles to them? Yeah, as Jay is mentioning there, you can. And Jay's a great person to talk to about Refresh Glass, so he can certainly help you on that and provide you some of that information. Okay, I had a couple of questions, and also I see that a link is going up for the pop quiz. So if you didn't use your phone, you can feel free to use the link there. So one of the questions that I got was, what are the 5 most popular items to give out at a trade show? And my answer to that often comes back with a question, which is, where do you want to be when your clients are thinking about you the most? And I think that often drives what the right item would be. So if your clients are making their buying decisions in the kitchen, then that might be a place that you might want to start looking at. And what are some items that you can put in the kitchen that are going to have a lot of use? And it doesn't have to be super expensive. I mean, I'm a big fan of jar grippers at less than $1 a piece, but I'm also equally fond of a nice cutting board. So if those are places that you want to be, then that might be where you're targeting. Maybe your clients are spending a lot of time in the car, so maybe they need an air freshener, or maybe they need some sort of cords to help to support their phone, or maybe they need some sort of stand that can go in the vent that can keep the phone in front of them. There are always good items out there, but it's not always as important to be the trendiest item as much as it is to be the most effective item, the one that's in front of people, again, when they're thinking about you the most. I also think that items that provide the most imprint area are also super effective. There's not a lot of warm and fuzzies with an item that just has an imprint area that's the size of a quarter or a dime. So if you can have a good message in there, full color imprint, you have, again, a better chance of people holding on to it. And then I'm always looking for things that just make sense. I know for me, I always like to have a good microfiber cloth to clean my screen. I'm always looking for a good charger. I really like a nice piece of drinkware. You know that I like a good hat. So there, again, if it's a nice piece, if it's a nice item, there's always a good chance that it's going to stick around. Okay. Hopefully we hit a lot of the sustainability questions. That was one of the most popular questions is, what is popular in green? And we can talk about it more offline. But if you're interested in finding out more, please let us know. If there are no other questions at this point, I want to remind you that now is a great time. You can scan the QR code here to check us out on social media and see all the information about lots of products and services that we're offering, find out about what's new and trending in the world of promo, and just in manufacturing in general, because it's always changing. I want to thank you again for the time spent with us, and please catch up with us again in the future. Have a great day.